Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my live stream. It's Sunday, June 25th, and it's 10:34 a.m. Once again, it is a bit of a cool, wet day, looks like, but it looks like it might be kind of nice weather. How's everyone doing today? Hello, Ruslin. Hello, Mona. Could I explain the meaning of to ratchet up? Yeah, sure. Ruslin, a ratchet is it's a tool, actually. Let me show you. This is a ratchet. Ah, come on. Why is it so hard to get an image these days? Just an image. I just want an image. All right, yeah, here. This is a ratchet. This is a ratchet. Okay? It's a tool used for tightening things. Okay? The term to ratchet up usually means to make things more intense somehow, to make things more challenging, to make things more intense, to make things better somehow. Okay? So maybe maybe at work, your boss might say, well, this quarter was good, but next quarter we really need to ratchet up our sales numbers. Means to raise them up and make them better. Okay? You're melting, but you're okay. It's hot there now, huh, Lena? Hello, Adam. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Sanaz. Hello, Denise. Hello, B. Hello, Sadaf and Satoru. Satoru. Hello, Bellin, and hello, Tao. So this live stream, everybody, this is a free chat, so I don't have a topic picked for today. So it's just open. We can just talk for maybe about an hour and a half. And then I need to go get some work done. That's one of the most difficult things about doing my live streams, everybody, is I wake up early in the morning and I come do my live streams, and I'm not finished with my live streams until about 12 or 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that means that I cannot do any of my work until 2 o'clock after I finish all of this. Right? So all of the things that I need to do, uploading videos and editing videos and finishing writing my book and finding a publisher for my book and building my website and doing TikTok videos and all of the other things that I need to do, I can't start any of that until after I do my live streams in the morning and afternoon. So my day doesn't even start until after this is all over. And it's challenging because that means that, usually you feel like you can wake up in the morning and you can do your work, right? You can wake up and do the things you need to do. But I wake up and I have to do, this first, and then I can do my work. And that's challenging. Hello, Juan Carlos. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Akane. What am I working on? Well, Kiki, like I said, I have many things that I must do to be successful for my live streaming. There are so many things. I need to edit more videos. I need to upload more videos. I need to make more teaching videos. So I need to edit the videos from here, but I also need to make more teaching videos. I need to finish writing my book. I need to make videos of the book chapters. I need to find sponsors. There's a long, long, long list of things that I need to do. And that's honestly, I think that's why sometimes I get frustrated, is just because I feel like I can't get anything done because I can't start doing anything until after it's already noon or 12 or noon or 1 or 2. If you can't start doing your day until the middle of the day, you can't get a lot done. It's hard. Hello, Tanya. I can change the time. Well, we'll see. It's tough to change my time, too. My international audience kind of needs my time to be consistent. How can you find me on TikTok? Denise, if you go to this link, you can go to this link here. And you should be able to find all of my pages. You can find my TikTok and my Facebook and my YouTube. And my YouTube is the one to go to right now. My TikTok doesn't have a lot on it right now, because I need to do that too. TikTok is for short little videos, right? So right now I'm focused on uploading complete live streams to YouTube. So I'm trying to upload as many of my complete live streams to YouTube as I can. So those are about 2 hours long, each of those. But then I also need to go back and edit those videos to be little tiny short videos that are 1 minute or 2 minutes for TikTok and stuff like that. So again, I have a long list of things I must do. A long list. B says, you'd like to tell me that you've been addicted to creamy chicken mushroom pasta? Okay. Where did you see creamy chicken mushroom pasta? Was that from my cooking show? No, you couldn't have seen that from my cooking show. That was a long time ago, like a year ago. Hello, Linus. That's a pretty name. Hello, Arazu. Hello, Sunil. Please share your mail. You want to ask some questions. Well, Sunil, if you want to ask me some questions, now is the time. I'm here. If you have questions, ask me, okay? But if you're asking me questions about how to move to America, I can't help you. I don't know how to help you move to America. Sometimes people ask me questions about how to get a visa or how to immigrate here. I don't know. I don't know any of that information. I'm just an English teacher. Okay? So, grr. Here it comes again. The infamous Manycam crash. Sunil, you want to ask me a personal question. Well, what kind of personal question do you want to ask me, Sunil? Well, Sunil, if you have a question you want to email me about, fine, you can. But it seems a little bit strange because I'm right here, right now. So people ask me questions about everything. They ask me questions about English. They ask me questions about life, about family, about relationships. So if you have a question, ask me and I'll try to help you. But that reminds me, I'm also doing something new, and I want you guys to help me. I want to try to do something new. If you guys have a question like Sunil, right? Maybe you have a question, but you're afraid to come on stage, or you think you won't get a chance to come on stage. Make a 1-minute video and send it to my email, AFIECenglish@gmail.com. If you make a 1-minute video and send me one question, so you say, "Hello, Teacher Mark, my name is blah, blah, blah. I'm from Tokyo. My question is grammar really important?" Or maybe you say, "Hello, Teacher Mark, my name is blah, 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 and I'm from Paris. My question is, how can I improve my vocabulary?" If you make a video, 1 minute or less, and send me that video, I will answer your questions and I will post it on YouTube and I will send you the link. Okay? So, make a video with your question. Make a video with your questions. Send me your questions. Send me your questions, everyone. Send me your questions. Where do you send them? You send them to my email, AFIECenglish@gmail.com. You can find that on my profile page too. Okay? You can find that on my profile page too. What does it mean when someone is liberal? Mona, that's a very difficult question to answer, Mona. The word liberal is from the same word that is based on the word liberty, right? So to be liberal is a person who is open-minded and usually, yeah. So there are two ways of thinking, liberal thinking and conservative thinking. Liberal thinking is more open-minded and willing to consider other possibilities. Conservative thinking is less open-minded and less willing to consider other possibilities. That's really what it comes down to, if you ask me. Okay? But there are many, many, many people who will give you a different definition of liberal. Liberal is a very political word now. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It never was supposed to be a political word, but it kind of turned into one. You saw me cook it and memorized it. Wow. Well, I'm glad you like it, B. Hello, Patty. Hola. What app do I use for editing? I use Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro. Here's an interesting question. What's the difference between tipsy and drunk? Hunar, tipsy is just a little bit drunk. Just a little tiny bit drunk. Okay, so drunk is you don't have control over your body anymore. Okay, you don't have control over your mind. You don't have control over your body. That's drunk. Okay, tipsy is you still have control, but you're starting to feel a slight loss of control. When you start to feel a slight loss of control because of alcohol, that is being tipsy. Okay? Do I have a girlfriend? Well, that is an open question. It would be much, much more fun if I didn't answer that question. Yolanda says, I feel frustrated when I find it's difficult to find a fixed native speaker to practice. So, Yolanda, finding a fixed native speaker to practice, you're right, that's hard to find. Because those are not really, that's not a thing. There's no native people walking around just waiting to practice English with you. There are no native speakers just waiting to practice English with you. So how can you solve that problem? Native speakers, they won't help you. But friends will. Make a friend. So, you said you feel frustrated when you can't find a fixed native speaker to practice with, meaning someone who's always there consistently for you to practice with, like a friend. Make a friend, Yolanda, but that takes time. That takes time. You must be willing to invest your time to make a friend. That friend will be willing to help you. But you can't just get a good friend without making connections first. So you have to take the time to make a friend first, and then that friend will be your fixed native speaker. Okay? What does it mean, hello, goat? Zendan, he's saying goat means greatest of all time. Yes, Juan Carlos. Yes, I have 45 videos there. Only, I think 19 of them are live streams, but there are 19 complete live streams on my YouTube channel. So you can watch 19 of these as many times as you want. And there are so many tips. If you want tips about learning English, go watch my live streams on YouTube. Okay? Have I ever visited India? No, I have not. I would like to, but I've never been there. Never been there. Thank you very much, Juan Carlos. What is an open question? An open question means something that I didn't answer. I left the answer open, so you don't know what it could be. Can we send you at any time or just now? No, you can send them at any time, B. Any time. Whenever you want to make a video, send me a video. Okay? I hope I get thousands of them. I want hundreds and thousands of questions that I can answer. Okay? But remember what I said, only one question per video. If you make a video, only one question. Okay? If you want to ask me more questions, you can, but you must make one question for each video, one video for each question, right? So make one video, one question, one video, one question, one video, one question. Got it? It's been a long time that you haven't spoken English. You're afraid to lose it. Well, Bellin, talk to me. What is the meaning of gear? Zarif, gear, a gear is a piece of machinery. It's a piece of a machine. I'll show you what a gear is. This is a gear. Or these are gears, I should say. If you see any kind of machine and you see this, those are gears. Okay? So, these are all different kinds of gears. Okay? But the gear has other meanings too. For example, when you're driving a car, if someone says, "What gear are you in?" that means it's a manual car with stick shift, what we call a stick shift. And you have first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, right? So that's gear. But gear also can be another word that means equipment. So if you go camping and you have a tent and you have, ropes and you have a hammer and you have pegs to put the tent in the ground and you have a tarp to go over the tent, that is your camping gear. Camping equipment, camping gear. That's my drum gear. Okay? This is my streaming gear. My streaming gear means all of the equipment I use for live streaming. Okay? Which cities in the U.S. have a more standard accent? Bihar, I would say probably near where I live in the Midwest. I live in Ohio. There are a lot of people in Ohio who sound like me. Okay? Why is the English language the number one in the world, and same for dollars? Well, Muhammad, the dollars thing is that's economics. That's different. English is it's the number one most popular language to learn because it's what we call a lingua franca. It's a language that people can speak to communicate with each other if they don't know any other language. Right? So it's just a common way of speaking to each other. And, American culture probably has a little bit to do with it. America makes a lot of videos. We make a lot of entertainment. The amount of entertainment that we make has an effect on the whole world because our entertainment is in English. So there's a cultural effect worldwide. Hader says, what's the parallelism before and after a preposition in speaking and writing? Hader, I don't even know what that means. Hader, I'm sorry, but I have no idea what that means. I don't know what a parallelism is. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm not that smart. You're welcome, Zarif. Deep wants to know what the Midwest means. Deep, if you live in America, we have three ways of describing where you live, really. Well, not three. No, that's not true. The middle of America. If you live anywhere in the middle of America, anywhere in the middle, we call that the Midwest. Okay? So, I live in Ohio. If you look at a map of the United States, Ohio is in the middle, but it's not in the middle western part of the United States. It's actually in the middle eastern part of the United States. But we don't say that. I don't know why. We just don't say that. So everywhere in the middle of the United States is called the Midwest. Okay? Go away. Am I willing to suggest movies to improve your listening skill? Abdo, it's really hard for me to suggest movies that are good for your listening skills because movies are not designed for practicing listening. Movies are designed for entertainment. So they're not designed for education. Okay? So the truth is, Abdo, if you really want to listen and learn for learning English, then movies are not a great way. They're a way. It works, but there are other ways that are better. Watching TED Talks or some kind of a documentary-based video is better than watching movies because a documentary is going to have more formalized language, formalized grammar. And the expectation will be that any TED Talk speaker should be a good speaker. So they'll speak well. They should speak with good grammar and good vocabulary. So that's a more effective place to look to learn English. Okay? Yes, Chow, I'm running Hello Talk on the computer. Yes, Deep, I have a YouTube channel. You can go here and you can find all of my links. Why do English speakers pronounce words with EE and EA in the same way, like meat and meat, M-E-E-T and M-E-A-T? Sammy, that has to do with something we call etymology. Etymology means the history of words and where they come from. So if I look up the word meat, the etymology of the word meat, the word meat comes from Old English mete, from Proto-Germanic mati. So the word meat is mostly German. So usually, Sammy, the reason why words are spelled a certain way has to do with where they come from. Okay? If you look up the history of the word and you find out where it comes from, usually you'll see some kind of a clue about why it's spelled that way. Okay? The word M-E-E-T is also from German. So both words come from German. Motionen. Okay, so Yeah. So the reason why, why do some words have the same, pronunciation but a different spelling? It's because English comes from many, many, many different places. English comes from Latin, Greek, German, French, Italian, Arabic, Hindi, Chinese. English comes from every language. And each word that we take from other languages, that also changes things like the spellings and the pronunciations. Okay, so it makes it complicated. When can we use hey instead of hi? Bahar, you can use hey instead of hi in almost every case, almost every situation. I would just tell you that hey is informal. So any informal situation where people are saying hello, you can say hey. Okay? Any informal situation. If it was a formal situation, then I probably wouldn't use hey. Okay, like if my professor was asking me, if my professor called my name in class or something, I wouldn't go like, hey. What's the difference between anywhere and everywhere? Miriam. Interesting question, Miriam. Let me think about that for a moment. It says you should use everywhere when the subject is in every place. So if you say McDonald's is everywhere, then that means the subject is McDonald's. McDonald's is in every place. So you can say McDonald's is everywhere. Anywhere is used when it could be any place. So if something could be any place, any possible place, then you could say anywhere. So if you tell me, where do you want to travel? I could say everywhere, and that means all places, right? I want to go to everywhere, meaning I want to be the subject going everywhere. Or I could say anywhere, and that means all places that are possible to go, I would like to go. Okay? So anywhere and everywhere are very close in meaning, but not quite the same. Okay? Here is a page that will help you with some of those questions. Let me see. Is that it? No, it didn't finish copying the thing. Grammar rules. Copy those two links together. You can see it's supposed to finish grammar rules. Grammar rules, that's supposed to go all together in one link. If you go to that link, they have a good explanation for that there, okay? Thank you, Kiki. You're having an American iced coffee outside. It's 37 now. Wow, that's too hot. Hello, Greta. Thank you, Chow. Summer is a nightmare in Europe right now. I think so. What do I think about the web series and podcasts? Khalid, everything that you can watch is good, but some things are better than other things, right? So when you want to learn, everything that's possible to learn is good, but some things are better than other things, right? So, are podcasts good for learning English? Yeah, but some podcasts will be better than others, right? If maybe there's one guy who has a podcast and he speaks really fast, so maybe that's not good for you. Or maybe there's a podcast where he has a really weird accent and that's not going to be good for you. Maybe there's a podcast where they talk about things that are not common, like astrophysics or microbiology. That's not going to be useful for you. Okay? What was the last movie that I went to and what did I think? Mira, I can't even remember the last movie that I went to. I don't often go to movies anymore. I just don't. I don't know. My life is kind of sad. I don't do a lot of things like go to movies. Movies disappoint me anymore. I just don't bother. I'll watch them at home. But the truth is that the movie industry just disappoints me anymore. It's never good. I'm not a fan of any kind of Transformers movie or any kind of Fast and Furious movie or any of those movies. My bar is high. Nicole, what do you want to ask me about pronouncing often? Do you mean, is often pronounced often or often? They're both okay. Some people say often with no T. Some people say often and pronounce the T. They're both okay. What's the meaning of the cat got your tongue? Shala, when we say, does the cat have your tongue? It means, are you too shy to speak? Like, are you too afraid to speak or shy to speak? The cat has your tongue, so you can't speak, okay? Dark Soul, how to improve your vocabulary and speaking skills. Dark Soul, those are two big questions. There are many ways to improve your vocabulary. Read books. Make a list of topics that you want to learn about. Write a list like family, then all the words about family. Friends, then all the words about friends. Work, all the words about work. Politics, all the words about politics. Religion, all the words about religion. Hobbies, all the words about hobbies. Sports, all the words about sports. You could also learn etymology. Etymology is a great way to learn vocabulary. Okay, so reading, etymology, topic lists. Those are 3 ways to learn vocabulary. Speaking skills. How to improve your speaking skills? You have to speak more. It's that simple. If you're not speaking because I can't find a native speaker to speak with, well, good luck. If you think that you are going to find a native speaker, okay, wait. Let me explain something to you. You are trying to learn English. English is not the language where you live. You are not going to learn English by talking to native speakers. Sorry. You don't live in a place where you have native speakers. So stop thinking about native speakers. Talk to other people. You're making too many excuses for why you don't practice speaking. Oh, well, I don't practice speaking because he's not a native. Oh, well, I don't practice speaking because he has a bad accent. Oh, well, I don't practice speaking with them because they don't have a good vocabulary. Oh, well, I don't practice speaking because I don't practice speaking because I don't practice speaking because. You spend too much time finding reasons why you can't practice. I spend all my time finding reasons and ways that I can practice. That's the secret to learning. Stop finding ways to say how you can't do it and start finding ways to say how you can do it. Okay? Nicole, do different pronunciations of often have different meanings? No. Often and often, just young de isu. Okay? Why is there a difference in pronunciation between America and England? Abdo, that's a very long history lesson, my friend. You'd have to look up and find out about how America became a country. We were started as a British colony. So we started as a British colony, but then we broke away. When you break away from someone, you do things differently. So, British people drink tea, Americans drink coffee. British people say garage, Americans say garage. Please be patient. There are many questions. What does it mean if our speech should include idiomatic expressions? Hater, idiomatic expressions means using idioms. Using idioms. Hater, idioms are like to kill two birds with one stone, or it's raining cats and dogs, or I slept like a log. Those are idioms. They're short little statements or short phrases that tell a story, and that story tells a bigger picture of what you're doing. Okay? Is hey rude? Hey's not rude, but it's not formal. So because it's not formal, it could be rude if you're in a formal situation. If you're in a formal situation, don't say hey, because yes, it could be rude. Sound endings are important, but how can I remember them? Dong ti, that's a good question. I think that there are some languages, like Vietnamese, where many people who speak English, Vietnamese speakers who speak English, they often don't say the end of the words. Chinese people do it sometimes too. You read the word, but you don't read the last few letters, and you leave those letters off. That's not a good thing. The only way for you to fix that is to slow down. Slow down and make sure that you say every word completely. Don't speak if you don't use complete words. So always make every word complete. Okay? If you have to slow down a lot, then do it. Okay? Maybe it will take some time. But if you take time, if you slow down and take time, eventually you'll be nice and fast again. Okay? You'll be fast and quick. And it will be easy. But first you must slow down. Okay? How to make people spell well with the problem of phonics when you have the same pronunciation. Sammy, that's just a matter of practice. It's just a matter of practice. You just have to be more familiar with the words. If you're talking about children, I don't usually teach children about etymology. That's too difficult for them, at least not until high school. So if you're talking about younger children, they just need practice. There's no other way. Okay? How many books do I read every year, and how can I be knowledgeable, intelligent like you? Liz, I don't read books as much as you think. I wish I did, but I don't anymore. I do read a lot, but not books that much anymore. I usually read on the internet. I read articles. So maybe I wake up in the morning and I read the news. That's the first thing I do is read the news in the morning. So maybe I'll read an article about something in space, right? Something that happened in space, maybe, whatever. Because I'm reading about space, there'll be something that I didn't know about. So then I'll look for that. I'll search for that. I'll search for, okay, they're talking about space and asteroids. Okay, well, I want to know more about asteroids. So then I'll look and search and learn about asteroids. So, Liz, reading books is good, but that's not like the number one thing that you must do to become smart. The number one thing you must do to be smart is be curious. If you're not curious, you can't be smart. Okay? Curiosity is the secret to intelligence. Ask a lot of questions. Ask questions and then try to find the answers. That's it. That's all I do. My brain just never stops asking questions. Okay? You saw the movie True Romance, and they mentioned white trash, I think is what you're talking about. Yeah, white trash is a word it's a derogatory word it's a bad word that basically means poor white people who don't have good manners. Okay, if you're poor and you're white and you don't have any kind of good manners at all, then you're poor white trash. It's not a nice thing to say, though. What is something weird that you recommend everyone trying at least once? I like that question. Mira, what I recommend everyone try at least once is I want you to try to go through your day, but everything that you do with your right hand, I want you to do with your left hand. So instead of picking up your cup with your right hand, pick it up with your left hand. Instead of opening the door with your right hand, open with your left hand. Instead of typing with your right finger, type with your left fingers. Instead of just do everything. Brush your teeth with your left hand. Try to do everything that you possibly can with your weak side. It's a really good experiment to see just how bad your other side is. And it helps you to understand why regular practice is so important. Because you can do anything with your right hand or left hand. But you can do it with your right hand more easily because you've practiced more. That's it. That's the only reason why. Okay? Silong says, how can I improve my listening? I always can't understand what people are saying. Well, Silong, maybe you're listening to the wrong people. Okay? Silong, when I hear people speak Chinese, sometimes I can understand people very well. Sometimes I can't understand them at all. It's not my fault. This guy speaks Chinese very well and very clearly. This guy doesn't speak Chinese clearly. So I can't understand his Chinese. That's not a problem with my ears. That's a problem with his speaking. Okay, so Silong, maybe you're listening to the wrong people. Okay? So find better people to listen to. Make sure you're listening to the right people. You're welcome, Marcella. How can I enhance my fluency? Hamad, you're new. I can tell you're new because you asked me about the word fluent, and there is no such thing as fluent. The best thing you can do is forget about the word fluent. That word doesn't exist in my vocabulary because it doesn't really exist. Fluency is a myth. Yeah. So how can you improve your fluency? Hamad, you can't improve your fluency. So stop thinking about the word fluent and start learning the language. That's the best answer I can give you. It's a waste of time to consider the word fluent. Yeah, Daya, hey can be just a hello. Hey can be, I'm over here, like you want someone's attention. Hey, I have a question. Hey can be many different things. Hey could be something like, if you're eating your food and someone took your food, you could say, hey. And that means like, hey, that's not okay with me. Stop. What's the difference between TESOL and TEFL? Nothing really, Abdo, nothing. Muhammad, etymology means the history of words. Muhammad, so, for example, Muhammad, the word algebra. Algebra is an English word, but it comes from Arabic. Right? Caravan, it's an English word, but it comes from Arabic. Okay? There are many words in English that come from other languages, right? All the words, they come from someplace else. That's etymology. Thank you, Belen. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Andre Philippe. Hello, Shizuka. Rosie says, I feel scared at my job when I have exposure in English because I'm afraid if I can't understand. Rose, do the best you can. Do the best you can. And if someone doesn't, if you don't understand someone, then you can ask them to speak more slowly. Say, I'm sorry, could you please speak a little bit more slowly for me? Thank you. And it just takes practice, Rose. It just takes practice. Okay? Lena says that's the only thing I disagree with you about. What do you disagree with me about, Lena? About fluency? Maybe? How to stop freezing when I speak in English? Giannis, you just need to relax, man. You got to relax. Okay? Why don't you freeze when you speak? What are you? You're French, I think. So, Yanis, if you speak French and you don't panic and you don't freeze, then why do you freeze when you speak English? Okay, Yanis, I'll tell you why. When you speak French, you're thinking in French, so you're relaxed. When you speak English, you're thinking in French, so you're not relaxed. If you learn how to think in English, then you'll speak in a relaxed way when you speak English. Okay? Katrin, it's difficult for me to understand what the person says to me in English. I'm trying to learn English. Katrin, keep trying. Keep trying. It takes practice and it takes time. The difference between speak and talk, Vikram. Go here. Go to that website and it will explain the difference between speak and talk. How can we know that they're speaking right? Lokesh, if you understand them, then you know their English is good. If you don't understand them, then something's weird, right? That's how you can know. Find the people you understand. That's very easy. Okay? How about you and what about you? What's the difference? Gokuzu, if I say, hey man, what's going on? What's new? And then, I could say nothing. How about you? Or nothing. What about you? There's no difference. No, same thing. How about you and what about you? When you're replying, if someone's asking about how you are, then no, those are the same thing, okay? To get the pink slip means that you got fired, Noradine. A long time ago in jobs, when you got fired, if they fired you, they gave you a little pink piece of paper that said that was your last day. Okay? And the Riot Act is when we say someone read me the Riot Act, it means that someone was really angry and they yelled at me for a long time. And they told me all the things that I did wrong. That's being read the Riot Act. Okay? Lena, yeah, I don't believe it exists. I think that the only reason why it's an issue for learners is because they believe it exists. Right? So it's a paradox. I think that if you remove the word fluent and you stop thinking about it, you can speak more fluently. How funny is that? Right? That's the paradox of fluency, if you ask me. If you remove the word, you can speak better. If you think about the word fluent, you feel bad about your language, that you feel like it's not good enough. So, no, I don't feel it's not a valuable word at all. And again, Lena, if you look up the word, it says fluency means able to speak easily about things. Okay? No one is fluent about everything. So the word fluent is such a nebulous word. Nebulous means not well defined. It's not well defined, Lena. And because it's not well defined, it's very, very damaging to people's learning process. Because you ask me, how can I become more fluent? But if fluent is not defined well, then I can't tell you how to become more fluent. That's why I hate that word. There's no way for me to answer that question because that word has no real meaning. Okay? Yes, I can speak Chinese. 我喜欢你的名字。我觉得你有很棒的名字。What's the best way to learn English? Every way is the best way. Nor? Zara, what's the difference between say and tell? Did you Google it? There are at least a dozen web pages that explain the difference between say and tell. I do not want to read to you about all those web pages. You can go look it up and read it. And it's not that hard. It's not. They do explain it. Their explanation will be no different than mine. Okay? Miguel says, it isn't our fault if we don't understand everything. We must be patient and accept our process. Bravo, Miguel. Yes, that's correct. Mark, Google it. Instead, that's how you say it. Instead. You want me to say the sentence, I bought a little bottle of water. I bought a little bottle of water. I bought a little bottle of water. Do I speak any French? A little bit. Only a little bit. It's daytime here, yes. It's 11:30. I see your point, but it's a matter of semantics. It is a matter of semantics, Lena, but sometimes semantics, the fact that semantics, the nature of things being semantic sometimes means it's unclear. And if it's unclear, it's not easily defined. Okay? So that's why I hate that word. It just has no meaning. Lena, put it this way. It's like asking a musician, are you fluent at music? Are you fluent? It's such a stupid idea. Lena, I can play rock music, I can play jazz music, I can play blues music, I can play funk music, soul music, Latin music, pop music, bluegrass music, country music, hip-hop music. I can play every kind of music, but I don't say I'm fluent in music because there's always something that I don't know. And there's always... So maybe I know a little bit of Latin. I can play Latin music and I can play in Latin bands, but I'm not the greatest Latin drummer of all time. I can play jazz pretty well, but I'm not the greatest jazz drummer of all time. So that's, again, I'm using music as a parallel to language. Musicians don't worry about whether or not they're completely able to say everything that's possible. No, we just want to know, are we able to express ourselves? So simple music is still good music. And so the word fluency makes you think that only advanced language is good language. That's ridiculous. And that's why you waste so much time trying to be fluent. it would be much better if you thought about it more like rock and jazz and blues and funk and Latin and pop and hip hop and country and bluegrass. It's like different kinds of music, okay? There are different aspects to language, and you need to work on all of them, right? There's writing and reading and listening and speaking and, thinking, and you can be good about reading novels, and you can be good about reading books. Grr. Come on, man. Sorry about that. I'm back. Can you see me now? Okay. So, again, I was just trying to tell you that in music, we don't care how long you've been playing music. You could play music for 50 years, or you could play music for 5 days. We only care about, is it beautiful? Does it sound good? So that's my point. You need to think more like a musician about language, because you think that you can only speak well after you're fluent, after many, many, many years. No. You can speak really well right now. You can speak really well right now using simple language. Okay? So don't worry about being fluent, because it's a goal that has no meaning. It's a goal that has no end. It's a goal that can't be defined. Just make music with your language. That's all you need to do. Just make music with your language. Okay? So say something that people understand. You made music. If you say something and people understand it, you made music. Okay? Let's see. Shizuka, you're worried that I'll be sad like before. Don't worry, Shizuka, I'm fine. I have good days and I have bad days, just like anyone else. I have good days and bad days, just like anyone else. So I'm, thank you for your concern. Thank you. I appreciate your concern. But don't worry, I'll be okay. All right? Life is hard, but life is much harder for many other people. So it's silly when I get sad. Okay? UD wants me to give all the steps to speaking English well. UD, do you have about 27 hours? Do you have about 27 hours? Maybe 28. If you have about 27 or 28 hours, then I can give you all the steps to speaking English well. Oh, you only have 21 hours. I'm sorry. I can't do it in 21 hours. Nope. Sorry. Hoda says, what's the best way to improve my vocabulary because I learned and forgot most words and idioms? Hoda, if you forgot them, it's because you didn't use them. Hoda, words are like friends. If you spend time with them, you won't forget them. If you don't spend time with them, then you will forget them. It's very simple. Okay?你听不懂我说什么？为什么？ Is there a site for studying high school mathematics for adults in America? Probably be, but I don't know. I'm not a math teacher, so I don't know. What's the guy? Who's the Indian guy who's got the site? What's his name again? Oh, I can't remember that guy's name. Oh, I don't know. Min Palm says, I listen to music, but I don't understand. So, Min Palm, it depends on what kind of music you're listening to. Okay? Some music, maybe the English will be very easy for you to understand. Some music, the English might be very difficult for you to understand. So, Mim, you must remember that English songs are not written for learning English. English songs are just written for fun. So there are no rules in songs. So songs don't have to follow grammar or any other rules. So you have to remember that, okay? Hoda says, no, I try to use them most of the time, but after a while, I forgot them. Hoda, I don't know what to tell you. There is no other answer. You didn't use them enough. You didn't spend enough time with them. You didn't write them. You didn't read them. You didn't watch videos about them. You didn't write a poem about them. You didn't spend enough time with them. That's it. You have to find more creative ways to use those words. More creative ways. That's the problem, Hoda. Whatever you did when you were trying to learn those words, it wasn't creative. So because your method wasn't creative, you forgot. Find a creative way to practice those words. If it's creative, you won't forget. Okay? What's my favorite music? Any music. There's only two kinds of music, good music and bad music. Yes, I speak Chinese. Katrin Mendoza, tips to improve your English. Follow my live stream. I have about 49,000 followers. You will hear many English tips here. Okay? You can go to my YouTube channel, and on my YouTube channel, there are about 20 of these live streams that you can watch, and you can hear all of my English tips. Sela says, so we can't learn English from songs. No, you can. can learn English from songs, but you must remember, songs are not perfect English. Okay? You just have to remember that. There are many songs that are not written with good English. They're fun and they're good motivators. They're good, fun ways to improve your English. It's a good way to keep you interested. But you have to remember, there are no rules in English for writing songs. Okay? If I write a book, there are rules. If I write a short story, there are rules. If I write a song, there are no rules. Yudi says, if I'm reading a book of text in English, it's easy for me to understand, but if I listen to someone speaking, it's difficult for me. What happened? Yudi, again, it depends on who is speaking. Some people speak well. Some people don't speak well. Some people speak clearly. Some people don't speak clearly. Okay? My YouTube channel. You can go to my YouTube channel right here. There's my YouTube channel. I'm from Ohio. 这是俄亥俄州，在美国中部。Thank you, Juan Carlos. Do I know Charlie Manger? No. Who's that? That's right. Ohio is like the Japanese. Ohio, good morning. Oh, I need to drink more coffee. Okay, so I have some time. If somebody would like to raise their hand now, if someone wants to raise their hand and come up on stage, I'll talk to you and answer your questions. Who has questions for me? Raise your hand. Why am I'm okay. What time is it here? It's 11:52 a.m. Do I know Charlie Munger, the businessman? No, I have no idea who he is. Never heard of him. I don't usually pay attention to billionaires. He's vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah, no, I don't usually pay much attention to billionaires. Leslie, billionaires don't pay attention to me, so I don't pay attention to them. Am I speaking English slowly? Maybe a little bit, but not very slowly, no. Is it important to master grammar? Yudi, when people ask me about English grammar, is English grammar important? Here's what I tell them. At school, English grammar is important. At work, English grammar is important. If you're taking a test, English grammar is important. But if you're not at school and you're not at work and you're not taking a test, then no, I don't think English grammar is that important and I don't think you should care. Here's why. If you are so worried about your grammar that you don't speak, then you don't practice, then you don't improve. So, if you worry too much about your grammar, then you won't speak. If you don't speak, you won't improve. So, don't worry about your grammar. Who cares if you made a mistake? No one cares. Okay? If I say, I want to go to the store, you understand me. But I could also say, I want go store. And you also understood me, right? So don't forget that language is about communication. Language is not about perfect grammar. Okay? Language is about communication. When I speak Chinese, my grammar is often wrong, but I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm not taking a test. The only thing I care about is when I speak Chinese, do they understand me? That's it. That's the only thing I care about. Okay? Leslie, yeah, I don't know about that guy. I'm sure if he's a billionaire, then maybe he's probably pretty smart. I don't know. But I don't usually judge people. I don't look at people. Money has nothing to do with intelligence. I know a lot of rich people that are really stupid. Which state can help students? The quantum state. I don't know what you mean, quantum. What state? What is my hobby? Dacia, I like to cook, and I like to go hiking, and I like to go fishing, and I like gardening. So gardening, hiking, fishing, and cooking. Hello, Alex. 你要我说什么? How many students do I currently have? Alex, I don't have many right now because I'm too busy. I don't have any time for any new students. But I'm going to add a lot of new students soon. So maybe in the next few weeks, watch my profile because there'll be an announcement and you can sign up for lessons with me if you want to. Okay? Mira says you have to at least be 50% good at grammar to not make native speakers confused. Okay, yeah, maybe 50%. But that's pretty low. Mira, that's pretty low. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter. Grammar doesn't matter when you're outside of school work or a test. Okay? If you make a mistake and someone doesn't understand you, then you'll figure it out. Miscommunications do happen. Okay? But no one will die because you used the wrong tense. The world is not going to end because you forgot to say is instead of are. Okay? The world's not going to end because of your poor grammar. You mean in America? Quantum, I don't know. I can only tell you about the state that I live in. What am I planning to do on July 4th, Giannis? I don't really have any plans. July 4th is a big holiday here, but I'll probably... Giannis, we'll probably have a little barbecue here at the house. We'll just have our family over and maybe have some hamburgers and hot dogs, or maybe, I don't know, maybe a steak or something. I don't know. We'll barbecue something. Does my English have an accent? No, that depends on who you talk to. My English, I'm from Ohio, and in the middle of America where I live, many people sound like me. My accent is considered to be very neutral. Very neutral, right in the middle, right? So it's more understandable to most people. What does my schedule look like? How much time do you spend on lessons, live streams? Alex, my schedule is always full. When you're the boss and you're the worker, then you are always working, right? So even if the boss can take a day off, the workers have to keep working. And I am the boss and I am all the workers. So I wake up in the morning, I do my live streams, I eat lunch, then I start doing my other work, whether it's stuff for editing my live streams and uploading live streams, or writing my book and working on developing my streams and, sponsorships and all kinds of other things that I need to do. And I take care of my parents, and I teach drums. I do a lot. So my schedule's pretty full. Hello, Anderson. How much does my hairstyle cost? Not much. I don't spend a lot of money on my hair. Alex, I go to the cheapest barber that I can find in America. Now, at least. My hair product is expensive, but my haircuts are not expensive. How's life in Ohio? It's okay. It's all right. It's Midwestern life. Which U.S. state has the strongest English accent? I think maybe you'd probably say in the South in America, like in Texas. Texas has a pretty strong accent, but also in the north of America, the northeast of America. If you go to Boston or Maine or Providence, Rhode Island, or New Jersey or the Bronx, those places all have a fairly thick accent too. If I had a chance to live in another country, which country would I like to live? I would like to live everywhere for a little while, just because you can learn a lot when you live in another place for a while. My next live stream is on Tuesday. For you, Jesse, if you live in China, then probably it will be on Tuesday at 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Okay? So, Tuesday, 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Your friend has an Egyptian restaurant in Ohio, King Tut Street Food. Well, Ohio's a big place, Solo, so you have to tell me where they are in Ohio. Can I say some words with a Texas accent? Not really, Hung. I can pretend to do a Texas accent, but it's not real. So that's not really good, That's just fake. Just do a search online. Just type in Texas accent in America, and you'll find many videos. Can I say I'm a busy bee? Yeah. Yeah, you could say I'm a busy bee. What price is the cheapest for a short male hairstyle? That's a good question, Alex. In America, it's still expensive. So probably about $25. About maybe 20. Maybe 20. But I don't think you can really get a haircut anymore for less than that here. It's I would be surprised. Hello, Pallavi. What content do I upload on YouTube? Alex, right now, what I'm doing is I record my live streams. Right now, I'm recording. So after I'm finished with my live stream today, I will edit this live stream and upload it to YouTube so you can watch this again if you want to. Okay? You can watch my streams many, many times on YouTube. All right? Eventually, Alex, I'm also going to edit... So right now I have complete live streams, so an hour or 2 hours long. But I also want to go in and find all the little good special parts in my live streams and make small videos of those. But it takes time, my friend. I'm only one man. Good night, Leslie. Can I imitate a little British accent? A little British. There you go. That's it. Brecksville Road. Let's see. Ooh, that's a bit far from me. Solo, that's in Cleveland. I live in Cincinnati. Cleveland is about 4 hours away from me if I drive. Here, the cheapest hairstyle is 10 times cheaper. Yeah, Alex, when I lived in Taiwan, I used to go get my haircut for $3. $3 US. And it was a good haircut, too. It was pretty good. So, yeah. But it's what I always tell everybody. You have to understand, America's expensive. That's the cheap haircut is $25. The medium haircut is about $30. A good haircut is $60 or more. Okay? Is this a good app to use? Yes, Pallavi, I think it's a good app. Is it true that Americans spend more on their teeth? I don't know, New. We do go to the dentist, you know, but I don't know if we spend more on our teeth than other countries. I'm not sure. Am I going to end this live? Yes, I will, eventually. Arona likes New York. I like New York, too. You can get a haircut for €9? Wow, that's pretty good. Do I enjoy driving? Yeah. I like driving. Hello, Sayonara. How many countries have I been to? Not very many, Safa. Just maybe like, I don't know, 7? The best haircut is when you cut your hair yourself. Not usually, Scylla. Not when I do it. No. How many countries have you been to is what we usually say. Pratt B wants me to play some drums. Maybe I will. Did I like living in Taiwan? Yeah, I loved it. It was great. What did I like the most? It's not expensive to live there. That's what I like the most. It's not expensive, and it's safe, and people are nice. Yeah. What kind of music do I like? I like any kind of music. There's only 2 kinds of music. There's good music and bad music. So I can like any kind of music. I don't care where it's from. I can be inspired by music from anywhere. Do I know vice versa? Kato, I know what those words mean. I don't know. Is that something else? Is that a TV show or something? Or a band? Or I don't know. Do I watch Glee? No, not really. Sorry. Do I know any K-pop songs? No, I'm not a K-pop fan. Sorry. I don't listen to K-pop because K-pop doesn't have any musicians. If it has musicians, I will watch. If it doesn't have musicians, I don't want to watch. Do I know Jay Chou or any other Chinese singers? Sure, Herbert. Yeah. Who do I know? Fei Wong, Jay Chou. Who else do I know? Li Yuchen. I'm trying to remember. Fan Bingbing. I don't know too many, but I know a few. Yeah, vice versa means the opposite, right? But is there a question about vice versa? I don't know what is. Is that what you just want to know what vice versa means? Vice versa? Do I watch Game of Thrones? I used to. It's not on anymore, but how can I use vice versa in a sentence? So, Kato, you could say, we should be respectful of our neighbors, and vice versa. So what that means is I should respect my neighbors, and my neighbors should respect me. Okay? You could also say, so you could say, usually your mom makes you breakfast, but on Mother's Day, it's vice versa. On Mother's Day, you make breakfast for your mom. Okay? What's my favorite musical movie? The Blues Brothers. That one's easy to answer. The Blues Brothers. Do Japanese people live in Cincinnati? Sure. New. There are all kinds of people from everywhere in America. So there are Japanese people in every part of America. Do I know myself? Nope. Not yet. I'm still trying. Will G. Martin finish a Song of Ice and Fire epic? Yeah, right. What do I know about supply chain and sustainability? Nothing. Are we asking enough questions, and are they good? Yeah, that's a lot of questions, Alex. Do I like the music of Jay Chou? I respect Jay Chou. I think he's very talented. He plays drums really well. He plays piano. He plays guitar. He sings. He's really good. He's talented. I'm not a big fan of the music. It doesn't inspire me, but I respect him, Herbert. Can I swim? Yes, I can. Do I like Lady Gaga's music? Some of it, Alex. I like her jazz music a lot more than I like her pop music. Her pop music, some of it I like. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but some of it is okay. But she has a jazz group that she also does, where she does traditional jazz style of music. And she's really good at that. And actually, two of my friends are in her band. Could I give some suggestions for undergraduate students according to my own experience? Herbert, that's a big question. You want some suggestions for undergraduate students about what? About English? About life? Is writing correct spelling important, or people can understand, so you shouldn't care so much? Shizuka, usually people will probably understand, but, you know, spelling is like grammar. You do need to care, but just don't care too much. All right? Just remember that that's the way to speak clearly, but that doesn't mean, you know, think about it like water. Everybody, think about it like water, right? If you are starving, you're thirsty, you're desperately thirsty for water, you will drink any water, right? If you're dying, you'll drink dirty water, won't you? Right? Do you only drink water if it's the cleanest water only? So the point is, if you need water, you'll drink water. Language is kind of like that. Just because the water is a little bit dirty doesn't mean that it's not water. Just because your language is a little bit dirty doesn't mean it's not language. Okay? Do I know Brazil? Sure, Marco. Bum bum ba da dum dum ba dum bum bum ba da dum 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 da dum 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 ba da dum bum bum ba da da. The girl from Ipanema, Antonio Carlos Jobim, the father of bossa nova. What singer do I prefer in jazz music? There are many that I like in jazz music, but you can always start with Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong. There are many, many great jazz singers. Hello, Gunter. How are you, my friend? Gunter, I found something that I want to take you to, or at least I'm gonna try to do a live stream. My band, where I rehearse every Tuesday or Wednesday, when I go out there on Wednesday nights, they have a motorcycle get together. There's like a group that gets together in this area, and they bring all their motorcycles. And I know you'll really appreciate that. So I'm going to try to see if I can do a live stream, or maybe just take some video the next time that I stop there. Okay? Do I have friends in Thailand? Sure, a few, yeah, but I always want more. Do I often watch football, and what football team do I like? Tuan Huang, I don't really watch sports a lot. I don't really watch sports at all. Not anymore, I'm just too busy. Sometimes I watch American football, but not very often. That's right. Fly me to the moon. Right? That's a great song. How to make a foreign friend. Herbert, talk to 100 foreign people and be friendly. at least 10 of them will be your friends. Ah, yes, the girl from Ipanema. What was her name? Oh, she was so beautiful too. It was Astrid Gilberto, right? Man, oh, she was so beautiful. She had such a beautiful voice. Do I like rock music? Yeah, of course I do. I play in a rock band. I speak English and Chinese, Karen. I know a little bit of a bunch of other languages, right? So, Karen, I can say hola, I can say obrigado, I can say bom dia, but that's all I know in Portuguese. And I know a lot of other languages, just, a few words. That's it. When did I begin my band, Herbert? I think you mean my band a long time ago, Herbert, like almost 30 years ago. Almost 30 years ago. You can go hear my band, Herbert, if you go to www.sugarcampmusic.com. Go to www.sugarcampmusic.com. The name of my rock band is Sugar Camp. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music. There's a bunch of places. Anywhere that you can find music, you can find us. Here's one of our songs. Wait, sorry, no sound. Let's try that again. There's a little bit of one of my songs from my rock band. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Bellin. So before I forget, again, guys, I'm trying something new. I want to do something new, but I need your help, okay? If you have questions that you want me to answer and you feel like you don't get the answer you want here in my live stream, send me your questions. If you send me a video with your questions, then I will answer your questions. Okay? So, send me a 1-minute video, 1 minute or less. Okay? I want you to say 3 things. Say your name, just your first name is fine. Tell me your name, tell me where you are from, and then ask me your question. So you could say, "Hi, my name is Mark, and I'm from America. Is grammar really important?" Okay? You could say, "Hello, my name is Yuki, and I'm from Tokyo, Japan, and my question is about speaking practice. Can you tell me how to improve my speaking practice?" All right? If you send me a video, I will make a YouTube video. I will answer your question, and I will post it on YouTube. Okay? So, send me your questions. Okay? The name of my band, Karen, is Sugar Camp. Sugar Camp. Okay? If you search for Sugar Camp Music, you should find us. All right? Listen, everybody, it's about 12:30, so it's about time for me to go, but I'll give you my channel's name first. So, Norman, my band is called Sugar Camp, and if you search for Sugar Camp Music, you should find us. Okay? That's my band. If you want to find my links, then you can go to this link here. If you go to this Hello Talk post, that Hello Talk post has my Facebook, it has my YouTube, it has my TikTok, and it has my Buy Me a Coffee page. Okay? If you really want to support me, go to my Buy Me a Coffee page and you can buy me a coffee. All right? If you want to say thank you for my teaching, then you can buy me a coffee. All right? Is Better Call Saul helpful for studying? Gunter, I really like the show Better Call Saul. I don't know if I would say if it's good for learning English, though. It's a very serious drama, and the way they speak during that show and the language they use, I'm not sure how helpful or useful that would really be. So, Gunter, when I look at shows, I look at them in two ways. One is just for entertainment. That's an awesome show for entertainment. I love it. But I think I would say for English, it's maybe only a 5 out of 10. Okay? 5 out of 10. Because there is some usable English in that show, but I'd say a lot of the English in that show is not really usable in daily conversation. Okay? All right. So, I think that's going to be it for today, everybody. That's going to be it for today. And I think to end my stream, I'll go ahead and just finish playing the rest of that video from my band. If that's all right with you guys. So please make sure you hit the follow button. I have about 49,000 followers, but I really want to hit 50,000 followers soon. Like, I was hoping to hit 50,000 followers before before July 1st. July 1st. So I have less than a week to try to get 1,000 followers. So please, share. If you like my streams, then please, come on, I'm here helping you. All you have to do is go tell some people about it. I'm not asking you to do a lot for me. Okay? I'm not asking you to do a lot. Just please go tell some friends. That's it. That's all I want you to do. Okay? All right. Thank you, Norman. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Danke. Dankeschön. All right, well, let's watch the rest of that video. And once again, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for following. Have a good morning. Have a good evening. Have a good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And don't forget to be a language warrior. You're not allowed to be shy. Nope. Sorry. Okay, everybody, I'll see you guys next time on Tuesday. Okay? Bye-bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the song. See you next time.
Come back to me. you